The rise and fall of the Berlin Wall. The Berlin Wall was built to prevent the exchange between democratic West Germany and communist East Germany. Encounters with the Berlin Wall affected Germans in many different ways. Families were separated, people lost their jobs, and suffered from poverty. After the wall fell, the Germans explored the idea that two parts of a country could reunite after being separated for many years, and they were successful in doing so.
On August 13th, 1961, construction was started on the Berlin Wall. It would stretch for more than 87 miles, enclosing West Berlin from the rest of Germany. The wall was built to prevent the exchange of people from the GDR to West Germany. Communist East Germany, or the GDR, was not a place people wanted to live. Since the GDR was a Soviet dictatorship in the beginning and nobody was allowed to do or say anything they wanted, many left the country, about 2 million people in total. These people went to West Germany to escape the communist society in East Germany. In West Berlin, they would be under the protection of the FRG, which was comprised of the USA, France, and Great Britain. Here they would be part of a democracy and have complete freedom. Due to this, the GDR's economy was failing and they needed to do something quick. They decided to build a wall. Berlin was in East Germany, which was controlled by the GDR. The FRG controlled the western half of Berlin, which was a transportation center for traveling to West Germany. The Soviets believed that if they built a wall surrounding West Berlin, there would be no way for people from the GDR to get to West Germany. As the Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev said, "Berlin is the testicles of the West. When I want to make the West scream, I squeeze on Berlin." Since the wall was built about 2 feet into communist territory, all West Berlin could do was watch. This new wall would stop the economic crisis and henceforth prevent any exchange between the people of the GDR and the FRG.
For almost 30 years, people in the GDR could not get to West Berlin without authorization from the GDR. When the people in the GDR encountered the wall, they were affected in many ways. One way they were affected is that some people suddenly lost their jobs if their job was on the other side of the wall because they could not commute to and from. Due to this, they suffered from poverty and could not provide for their families. Other encounters with the wall left families separated. If you had a family member that was on the other side of the wall, you could no longer see them. One family even had to climb up to an vantage point to see over the wall so that they could see the marriage of 2 people in their family. Because of all the struggles the Germans had to face, the president of the USA, who at the time was John F. Kennedy, came to Berlin to give a speech. This was an inspirational speech made to encourage the people of Berlin to fight through the struggles.
There are many people in the world who really don't understand, or say they don't, what is the great issue between the free world and the communist world. Let them come to Berlin. There are some who say that communism is the wave of the future. Let them come to Berlin. And there are even a few who say that it's true that communism is an evil system, but it permits us to make economic progress. Lass sie nach Berlin kommen. Let them come. All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
Although more than 5,000 people successfully made it over and under the Berlin Wall to the other side, hundreds of people died trying. Most of these deaths were due to encounters with the notorious Death Strip. The Death Strip was a 27-mile-long, 160-yard-wide area in the middle of two walls that divided Berlin into east and west. The Death Strip contained hundreds of watchtowers, miles of anti-vehicle trenches, guard dog runs, floodlights, and tripwire machine guns. Over 100 deaths were accounted for by the Death Strip alone. Other deaths were results of different escape attempts. They either suffered from fatal accidents or were shot dead. When some failed to escape, they would commit suicide. 138 people were killed in total in all the escape attempts. Encounters with the Berlin Wall were devastating for many German families, and also resulted in numerous deaths.
On November 9th, 1989, GDR authorities finally allowed people in East Germany to visit West Germany and West Berlin. The people of East Germany climbed on the wall along with the people of West Berlin, and they celebrated this big event in German history.
Und nichts anderes.
After the wall was torn down, the Germans explored the idea that two parts of a country could reunite after being separated for many years. But was this possible? After all, they had been separate for almost 30 years. Interviewee Antonia Schmidt believes that they have reunited. She said, aside from a few minor differences, East and West Germany were now relatively the same. They share one currency and live under one government. She said the biggest difference was the income. People in East Germany got paid less for doing the same job as the people in West Germany, but all in all, she thought reunification was successful. She also said that many people that had left East Germany moved back. When people came to West Germany from East Germany, the government gave them the equivalent of $100 as a welcome gift. They used this money to explore the things that were available in West Germany that they did not have in East Germany. For example, they bought bananas, oranges, and other exotic fruits that they did not have in East Germany. Although reunified, East Germany and West Germany could still be told apart. The countries that used to be in the GDR played less of a factor in the German economy. But we also have to agree with Antonia in the end. East and West Germany were now more together than separate. Now that Germany has gone through the full reunification, they can officially say they're reunited.
The Berlin Wall was a necessity for the GDR. They had to stop the exchange of people from East to West Germany, and for that, the wall served its purpose. Although when people encountered the wall, they were faced with many problems that were not necessary, encounters with the wall in the Death Strip also caused hundreds of unnecessary deaths. In the end, the GDR explored the idea that they could reunite with West Germany and took down the wall. By exploring this idea, they were successful in reuniting the two countries into one strong one. The Berlin Wall brought about serious change in Germany, some for the better and some for the worse, but we can definitely say that it was a very important event that will be forever remembered in history.